You're watching Nittany Nation Update.
What's up, party people? Peter Terpster here with your Nittany Nation Update. It is Wednesday, and we are heading into the Purdue game on Saturday, homecoming at noon, televised on ESPN. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Purdue today as we're in the State College studio. Looks like we got some WTHA going on in the monitor there. A little bit of a soap opera that'll be over my shoulder. That's fun. So here's the deal with Purdue heading into this game. Penn State is heavily favored because of some untimely injuries for Purdue, at least in part, right? And, you know, I guess the fact that Penn State just, destroyed Maryland 59-0 certainly doesn't hurt. Bad luck Boilermakers. Let's talk about it. Starting quarterback Elijah Sindelar, injured, broken collarbone, having surgery. He is out for a length of time. That's the only definition. But it's going to take him a bit to come back from a broken collarbone, right? Star wide receiver Rondale Moore. He's like a gadget slot back type guy. You can put him in the slot. You can put him line up as running back. He's the return man. I mean, he's a do-it-everything for them. He is a first-team All-American. He's the returning Big Ten Freshman of the Year. He is unbelievable. And he's out for this game against Penn State. So a couple things about that. First off, it's a lower body injury. Not really sure if it's like a hamstring or a knee. But we know he's out for at least this game, so that means that it's not incredibly serious. If it was like a knee injury, one of the tears in the ACL or MCL or something, and then he would be out for the year. But that's not the case. He's just out for this game for right now. Maybe he'll be out for more, but that's all we know right now, according to Jeff Brom, the head coach at Purdue, in his weekly press conference this week. So he's out, man, and Coach Franklin was kind of asked, how do you – it was Ben Jones had a great question. Shout out to Ben. The question was, how do you go about kind of appreciating another team's players, right? For example, Rondale Moore is going to be out, so you can't spend really any time, worrying about him. You got to figure out what Purdue is going to do without him as far as game prep goes. But, how do you kind of balance appreciating another team's players without, worrying yourself to death to try and stop that player. And Coach had a good answer, basically said, probably our staff and our players wish that Rondale Moore was playing in this game. And I think the fans, would like to see that too, because the guy's a special player. But what can you do, right? Both their starting quarterback and their star player, period, Rondale Moore, they go out with injuries against Minnesota. Things happen, and Purdue's going to have to regroup and see what they can do. So now the challenge is Penn State has to figure out a game plan against Purdue when you don't really know what Purdue is going to do without those guys. Without having your big-time players, that's going to change how you're going to play the game. So I think what you'll see is, first off, a big Penn State win. I gave my pick in Nittany Nation overtime. I think I had Penn State winning a 9-point game. And that's because I picked this game for Penn State to be upset before the season. Well, now Penn State's playing so well. Purdue's hobbled. Purdue's not playing well. There's no way I can pick against Penn State. And the line's something like 20-point favorite for Penn State. That's a big margin. I would say you might have to see more in-game adjustments, is my point, because you're not really sure exactly how Purdue's going to play. But is that really a reason to worry? I don't think so. I mean, Purdue's going to be without their star players. Stinks from a football fan perspective, but it is what it is. So, Boilermakers are beat up. Once again, noon, Saturday, televised on ESPN. It's homecoming. If you're going to the game, leave early. Leave an hour earlier than you think you need to leave. Sounds good? All right, folks, that's it for your Nittany Nation update this Wednesday. I will catch you next time.